Attack the enemy! Victory is ours!
Hello everybody, welcome back for some more War Thunder British Tanks gameplay. This is a battle from 12 November 2017, and unfortunately it needs to be in replay format because at the time I had the GeForce Experience version 3.10 installed, and that was not working with the DVR function for Shadowplay. So I have since then reinstalled, I've uninstalled 3.10 and reinstalled 3.8, and that works fine. So that's, this shouldn't be an issue for too much longer. I will, when the next update comes out, I'll test it first, and then if it doesn't work, I'll go back to 3.8 again. I kept the installer, so. At any rate, I was playing a 6.7-ish, 6.3-ish British lineup here during the grind for my Chieftain Mk.3, and I had gotten so tired of playing the Chieftain Mk.5 and the 8.0, 8.3, 8.7 tank battles with the Chieftain Mk.5 and that lineup that I elected to come back and play my FV4202 and my Chieftain Mk.3 and a few other tanks at this battle rating and around these battle ratings in order to finish off modification tiers for research and get those sweet, sweet modification tier research boosters, which made huge contributions towards my finishing the research on the Chieftain Mk.3. So, after having captured the first zone, we moved in for the second zone here, still having not encountered the enemies. Not really strangely, but a little odd, because usually they're flanking off to the sides and battle is joined before you get to the second capture point. But, for whatever reason, they either all moved in together in a large group like we were moving, as you can see on the mini-map, or they were all off to the north and the west, maybe. I'm not sure. I know they weren't all that way because I know how this battle goes. Also, now you can see them over there, even though we couldn't see them coming through the trees here. Just make it into the C point in time to start the capture, or to finish the capture, rather, and then just a moment later, our poor Centurion Mk.1 gets knocked out, and he was the first death of the entire battle, so the battle was well and truly joined right here. I knew there was a second guy in the woods. I couldn't see him right away. Got a pretty decent hit on this Panther here and stopped his transmission, which kept him in place, and then I aimed for a good kill shot into his turret there. And the second dude came up, it was an Oshorn, and he got killed before I even had time to reload, so that was that for their initial little mini two-vehicle push on the C point. So far the battle's going well enough for me. A pair of captures already and a kill. That's not all bad. So you can see a heavy, a couple heavies now being marked on the map between B and C. So we're figuring that's where the fighting is going to be, except they're all pretty much getting killed before we get there. Compliments of the T-34 Zerg rushes going on. So I initially thought I could make it through right here, which of course you can see there's a whole bunch of rubble and stuff, and it's not going to be quite as clean as I thought, although you can actually make it over the top of that pile directly to my left there. Just not very great for a Centurion type vehicle, so backed all the way out and had to kind of Austin Powers my way out of here. Thank goodness the British have reasonably good neutral steering. This battle went really quickly and really went our team's way, so this guy up here in the Panzer IV-H is actually the Panther that I killed in the first place. So, just the way it goes sometimes. You get the same guy a couple times, or the same guy gets you a couple times. Thankfully, in this case, it was me getting him a couple of times, as I'll pull up over the top of the hill here, bring the gun depression to bear, and knock out his crew. And then I love when you get a shot into a whirlwind and it doesn't kill the crew in the turret, even though it's not necessarily an explosive shell, but it's kind of funny because sometimes you'll get an APDS or a solid shot into the turret of a Whirlwind or an Oswind and it just kills everybody, and sometimes it does what it does there, and it's just like, yeah, I only feel like killing this one guy. The rest of them can live. I mean, sorry, knocking them out. So, of course, you can see a bunch of enemies here that I couldn't see during the actual battle. Pretty good shot into the turret on that Panther D there. And then I moved forward hoping that maybe the T-34 here would finish him before he could return fire at me. Rolled into the what would normally be a capture point here. Scored myself an assist on a Whirlwind, and then moved back to push in on the Panther D with his smoke out, figuring that he saw me pass over to his right and will not necessarily be expecting me to come back from the same direction, and I caught him more or less unawares. And yes, I did shoot this guy basically inside their spawn, but he was already engaged with our team and engaging our team too, so as much as I don't like that, that was kind of, oh well, I had the shot, I guess I can't not take it. I did turn around and head back towards the middle of the capture points though, because there were far too many players left on their team that were alive, but then I did see this TA-152 coming in, and I figured, well, I might as well take a shot at him, right? And good thing I did, because I blew his entire left wing off, and like I said in the video title, scoring an ace with style. Anti-air tank. This is not the first time I've shot down an airplane with my Centurion Mk.3, I do believe. So that was it for the battle. Not much else happened. Our whole team swarmed in on the spawn. And that's what I would be saying to you right now if it wasn't for the fact that a whole bunch of their team was still alive and out in the battlefield and moved in behind us and started decapping the C point and the A point. Which was a good thing that I was wandering my way back here just in case, because our entire team was back inside their spawn and quite a few of their team was alive, and I knew there were far too many of them left alive to be trapped within their spawn. And there it is. Sure enough, they start decapping the A point. Plus, there were a couple guys flying around in airplanes, which I thought was honestly going to be the end of the battle, was going to be a couple of them flying around in airplanes and the rest of our tanks just sitting in their spawn, wondering why no one was spawning. But there were a few other guys left, and that's what they were doing. They were all the way out in the woods to the north and the west, and hung out there long enough to survive the initial Zerg rush of our T-34s, and then they moved in behind and decapped the A point. And then bravely ran away, which I don't actually blame them. Sitting there in the capture point when you're one of just a few guys left is dangerous. It's brave. It may not be smart, but it is definitely brave and it's definitely dangerous. And there's probably the same guy decapping A and then decapping C. We've got SPA coming back up to A, so I'm going to turn and head for the C point here instead of going all the way back to A. Also hoping that I can catch the guy who's at C, who's capping. Which I'm not going to do because I did only end up with just 5 kills here, but on the plus side, I am going to score another capture here. So that's cool. And that will end the scoring for me, and shortly thereafter will also end the video, so don't worry. I'm not going to make you guys suffer through any more just driving around here. All the action happened pretty quickly, and then there was a little bit more capturing to go after that. So once the capture is finished here, we'll jump ahead about a minute 45 or so to the run up to the end of the battle. As you can see, the 109F crashed, and then there wasn't really much else happening there, just our team sitting in their spawn. I drove all the way back up this direction again, and then finally the tickets rolled. Bled out as our team decided to start team killing like mad right before the battle ended. because that's what people do when they're bored and playing Russians, I guess. Anyway, ended up with a little bit of research. I wasn't taking a whole lot of research, but I did finish another modification, and I didn't die and got 5 kills and 2 assists and 3 captures. So that was basically the main reason of making this one a video. I would have liked to have shown you guys a big modification research boost, but I didn't get one at the end of this battle. Anyway, just a quick video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. More War Thunder coming very, very soon. We'll see you guys next time. Take care and have a great day. Thank you for stopping by and checking out this video.